Now we're going to make a event handler, which is going to change everything that's here once again. How fun. And what we're going to start with is we're going to make an events folder. Similar to the commands folder, this is going to have all of our files for events. One of them is going to be interaction create. And I promise this is not as complicated as making the whole command handler setup, because you don't have to tell Discord that you have them and all that stuff. We're going to have a for loop to register all the events. So we're going to say for const file of event files, const file path equal path dot join events path and file. Const event equals require file path. The file path is saying the events path, so exactly where the events folder is relative to the index.js file. So in this case, it's going to be simply events. It's going to be simply /events relative to the index file. But what we can do is a fancy __ dir name. And this will get the correct directory name for us. Reader sync events path dot filter file, and then file dot ends with .js. So if it doesn't, then it's not going to be a part of here. And now we go through each of the files as over here, as I was talking about. If event dot once, so that means if this event is like a client dot once and it happens once, client dot once event dot name, and then it's got the arguments, and then the event is executed with the arguments, which is similar to passing in the interaction for the command. And now we're going to have an else, and this is client.on instead of client.once, event.name, and then it passes in the arguments. All right. So now we have the event handler. If we go ahead and we make a file for ready, this should be the simplest one to reproduce in order to get used to this. So ready.js. Here we go. We're going to start off obviously with module.exports. And there could be multiple things here, so we're going to do this. We're going to do name. It's going to be ready. Also, I really do got to figure out how to make that permanently set, but I'm going to do that again. Once is true. So instead of saying that it's on, it's once. So this happens once when the client is ready. Async execute, and we're going to have the client object here. Now if we go back to index, we're just console.logging, nothing fancy. But instead of C, we're going to use client, because that's what I decided to call it here. You can call it whatever you'd like though. Anyway, now that we have a module that exports, that should be all we need. We are saying that the name is ready. It's once. It's not one, it's not on, it's once. And it's got an execute. So now whenever it's ready, it should do that. Now we can have interaction create. Let me just copy this over. Now, instead of declaring once, we're not going to do that. Because over here in index.js, we're saying if it's once, then this, otherwise do this. So we don't have to say once or one. We don't have to specify. That's completely fine. Let me set the indent using tabs to 2. and fix all this. There we go. This is going to be our, interaction. Interaction create. We have the async again. Execute. And we're passing in the interaction. Now in the index, where is it? Interaction create. You pass in the interaction. We do all this nonsense. Let's go ahead and let's put this in here. Boom. Now you'll notice we also need to be able to get the client commands and all that other stuff. So now that we have this out of here, we can go ahead and take client.commands. We can also just make a new client. Because that's not necessarily important. It's not that big of a deal if we make a secondary client. Not to my knowledge, at least. Please let me know if it's a big deal and I should be doing it differently. Okay, so it's completely fine. It's weird, but it's fine. And we're just gonna say for this specific client, go ahead and get commands for that. We're also gonna have to require collection again. And we're also gonna have to get FS again. The reason why is we're going to take this lovely code here and we're going to put it in here. All right, now it's going to get the commands again. And we also need to specify, well, no, that stays, sorry. Now this should work. I'm sure I'm going to find some errors and I'll let you guys know when I find them. Of course, we need to specify path as well. Where does it need to be specified? 720. Oh, path.join, does that need to be specified? Oh, yes, it does. My bad. We also need to specify path for that. And I spelled that wrong. And here as well, we need to get the gateway intent bits. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Now this is where the extra dot comes in handy. This is where we needed that extra dot. So right now this command file is dot slash. We need to make it dot slash. There we go. Sorry, that's all my bad. And would you look at that? It all works. Yeah, so make sure you have that in here if you have it in an events folder. We didn't need that earlier because it wasn't. It's my bad for not spelling it correctly. I'm sure you guys got that right. Yeah, make sure you require gateway intent bits. And path.join events path. Yeah, make sure you spell it all right. Anyways, that's a great basic start for your bot. Now it's super easy to go ahead and make as many commands and events as you want. For example, if a member joined the server, we could make a member joined event. Or when the bot joins the server create event is what it's called, which is weird, I know, but that's what it's called. Now you get to have a bunch of fun. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if this was helpful. See you all soon. Bye for now. Hello once again. I am butting in at the end of the video, same as I did last time. I just wanted to say again that there is the website up where it has some code snippets, so you can get some good, like you can compare your code to the example code that I'm using for you guys and what I'm basing the videos off of, so you can make sure that the important parts are right. And later, as we go into the series further, I'm not going to be including all the code, obviously, that would be kind of pointless, but I will be including, like, for example, in this one where it's got that for loop that goes through all the events, I'll include that. But you got to make sure you watch all the previous episodes to make sure you have all the general code working. Also, make sure you check out the previous episode for the advanced / command handler. That's the first part to this video. This is the second part of that video. It recorded at the same time, so that's why sometimes I was referring to that video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out the website, Discord server in the description, all that other good stuff. And see you on the next episode. Bye for now.